Thank you. Wow. This is like so cool. I got to say it backwards. Wow. I grew up right here in New Jersey. I grew up in a baseball family. Thank you. I grew up in a baseball family. My dad graduated from Rutgers as an All-American catcher. He went on to play in the major leagues with the Pittsburgh Pirates. After a major injury, Dad managed all through the Pirate system. He eventually went into the front office and became the general manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates. In 1979, Dad was Executive of the Year for the We Are Family, world champs, Pittsburgh Pirates. Thank you. Growing up in a baseball family, I put a uniform on when I was 2, and I've kept it on ever since. Often people would say, like, Rick, what are you going to be when you grow up? I said, I'm going to be a professional pitcher and a comedian. I was able to do both. At times when I pitched, people laughed. I was very curious, why do some of these players go on to be elite major leaguers and other players with the same or sometimes better physical talent never make it? I understood at an early age it was the mental game. The elite players mastered the mental game. They were able to perform their best under pressure. In that face of fear, worry, and doubt, in that moment of fight, flight, and freeze, they were able to push the pause button, reframe pressure by asking, what's my opportunity? Act on that opportunity to perform at their best. I've studied and coached the mental game my entire life. After graduating from high school, I was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, but I knew I needed my college education before getting into professional baseball. I graduated with a psychology art degree. I studied the mental game, how to train your mind to perform your best under pressure. I knew that training your mind was the number one skill I needed to be successful in my life. Growing up in that Pirate family, I got to know almost all the players. Roberto Clemens became my favorite player. Not only my favorite player, but my favorite person. He went on to be a Hall of Fame player and a Hall of Fame person. The bigger the stage, the better he performed, on and off the field. Being a black Latin American player in the 1960s, during the civil rights movement, he dealt with enormous pressure off the field. Instead of fighting back, he chose to give back and became a Hall of Fame humanitarian. To this day, one of the number one awards in Major League Baseball is the Roberto Clemens Award, given to the player that makes a difference in the quality of people's lives. Life is pressure. We all have our own personal pressures. We deal with them on a daily basis, whether it's family, financial, career pressures, but we can learn the strategy from these elite athletes to perform our best under pressure by mastering the mental game. Setbacks and failures are all part of the game, on and off the field. When we have a major setback, it's a case of mistaken identity. We no longer look at ourselves as successful people like we truly are. We look at ourselves as failures. And we go to this place in our mind. I'm so stupid. What was I thinking? I'm an idiot. How could I blow this? If our thoughts were broadcast over loudspeakers for everyone to hear, people would think we're crazy. The opportunity for a setback is to prepare for a comeback. As a major league pitching coach, my number one responsibility was to coach the mental game, keeping our pitchers' minds calm and focused under pressure. I would often say before a big game, hey guys, it's good to have butterflies, but they got to fly in formation, right to the catcher's glove. One pitch at a time, hit the glove. One of my favorite stories about mistaken identity was when I was the pitching coach for the Oakland A's during the famed Moneyball era, chronicled by Michael Lewis's bestseller and Brad Pitt's famous movie, Moneyball. Jason Isringhausen, known as Izzy by his friends and teammates, was our all-star closer. On our way to the playoffs, we come into Yankee Stadium for a huge series during the season. With a one-run lead in the bottom of the ninth, we bring in Izzy to close out the game. First pitch, Bernie Williams, home run, tie game. First pitch, David Justice, homer. Izzy was devastated. It was as if he was struck by lightning. It was a case of mistaken identity. He no longer looked at himself as an all-star closer. He looked at himself as a failure. He came to me the next day in the locker room. He said, Rick, I can't go out there tonight. I can't do this right now. I need a few days to regroup. I said, Izzy, come on, relax. We all have setbacks. That's part of the game. But your opportunity for this setback is the comeback. We're in a pennant race, Izzy. You're our all-star closer. We need you. Well, a few days later, after a big win, Izzy comes to me in the locker room after the game. He said, hey, I'm the closer on this team. That's my job. I want my job back. I said, hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. Well, we bring in Izzy the next night, and he closes the game out in all-star fashion. Well, fast forward, we go into Yankee Stadium for the playoffs. Postseason, the Big Apple. There's no place like Yankee Stadium in the postseason. Well, we have a huge win in Game 1. Game 2 with a 2-run lead, we bring in Izzy to close out the game. He's got to go through Bernie Williams and David Justice. Bernie leads off with a double, slight improvement from last time. He walks Tino Martinez, and Jason Giambi runs over from first base to talk to Izzy. I knew it was time to push the pause button. I went to the mound. I put my hand on Izzy's shoulder. He was literally shaking. He was quivering. I said, Izzy, are you okay? He said, Rick, I can't feel my legs. I said, yeah, but the good news is we don't need your legs to kick a field goal. We need your arm to make a pitch. I said, Izzy, one pitch at a time. Hit the glove. Simply hit the glove. You're an all-star, Izzy. You can do this. I could feel his mind get calm and focused. I could see the look in his eye of confidence and determination. He strikes out Posada for the first out. David Justice pops out for out number 2. He pops up Brocious to close out the game. It was a huge victory for the Oakland A's. More importantly, it was a personal victory for Izzy. He defeated fear, worry, and doubt and reclaimed his personal identity. After the game, I walked up to Izzy in the locker room. I said, hey, what did Giambi say when he came over to talk to you? He said, Izzy, are you okay? He said, I can't feel my legs. Giambi looked at the sellout crowd in Yankee Stadium, and he looked back at Izzy. He goes, hey, dude, just relax. It's okay if you screw this up. Nobody's watching. I want to close by reframing a famous quote from Yogi Berra. Performing your best under pressure is 90% mental. The other half is physical. Ask yourself, what's my opportunity, and be the best of who you are. Thank you.